Austria has always been that small country for me you need to go through when you go to Italy. Yes, it's a safe society, and yes, they have beautiful mountains, but where are the roller coasters? In many of my recent videos, I've gotten many requests saying Austria, and I've chosen to highlight Blitzzoll saying you should do Austria. Well, okay, so now I have as always collected 15 of the best roller coasters in Austria. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. And coming in at spot number 15, we got Hochschaubahn at Wienerprater, and this is a very old scenic railway wooden roller coaster, also known as a Holzachterbahn. To be honest, this small and scenic railway wooden roller coaster is only on a list, so I had 15 coasters. Hochschaubahn is a very slow ride. You have a dip and then a turn and a dip and a turn, but on these turns it almost looks like the train is gonna be valleying. But on the positive side, this wooden roller coaster goes in and out of tunnels of this small mountain, so that looks pretty cute. And now coming in at spot number 14, we got Insider at Wienerprater, and in my opinion this is actually a very funny ride. This roller coaster is an indoor spinning roller coaster with the typical wild mouse element, as you all know, but this pretty decent indoor roller coaster layout is turned up a notch with many lights and disco music going around, even though the overall ride experience on this one is just pretty mid. You still have a decently themed ride experience, and on top of that, when you go up this lift hill, you have a deep voice saying something to you, so that's pretty creepy and weird. And now coming in at spot number 13, we got Höllenblitz at Wienerprater. Höllenblitz is actually a relocated route, so that means it isn't always at Wienerprater, it moves around from these coaster things. Yeah, you know what I mean. I've decided to include these relocated rides because without these rides we wouldn't have a top 15 list. Höllenblitz is overall just a bigger and more superior version of an indoor spinning roller coaster than the last one. This ride is a bit more intense, and it also has the cool lighting effects, and on top of that it has a cool outdoor section where you dip down in a great drop and then you go inside again. And the train on Höllenblitz consists of several spinning carts combined together, you know what I mean. And coming in at spot number 12, we got Big Bang at Freizeitpark Familienland. And finally we've moved away from Wienerprater for a bit, and Big Bang is overall just a larger scale family roller coaster by Sierra Rides. This roller coaster has a very fast layout with drawn out elements. Surprisingly, this roller coaster actually hits 80 km per hour, and that is around 50 miles per hour. But unfortunately, this Big Bang roller coaster doesn't really do anything with its speed. It has some helixes, and then it has some long drawn out elements, and then the ride experience is done. It's overall just a weird but decent family roller coaster. And coming in at spot number 11, we got Götterblitz at Family Park, and this small Götterblitz roller coaster is actually part of a Mag Rides model called the Youngstar coaster, and I've been so lucky to try a clone of this roller coaster layout in Europa Park. Götterblitz features a pretty lengthy and forceful roller coaster layout for families. Götterblitz actually has a decent punch in many elements. You have a strong forceful overbank and some strong turns, and on top of that you have a great first drop, especially if you sit in the back row. You actually can get some airtime on this coaster. So overall a great family Achterbahn. And coming in at spot number 10, we got Alpine Coaster at Imster Bergbahnen, and this is actually my only Alpine roller coaster addition to this list, and I've actually heard that this Alpine coaster is the second longest in the whole world. In terms of ride experience, these Alpine coasters gives a great sense of speed, and on top of that you have some strong laterals somewhere and a few airtime dips. But in all honesty, this Alpine coaster doesn't give the biggest thrill ride experience. But the most important thing about these Alpine coasters is the beautiful landscape and experience you get when you go down this tall hill and you can look at all the mountains around you. And coming in at spot number 9, we got Boomerang at Wienerprater, and this is by far the highest placement of any Boomerang roller coaster around these countries. But this Vekoma Boomerang at Wienerprater is not a typical Vekoma Boomerang. The geniuses behind Wienerprater has actually chosen to create a train with lap bars on this Boomerang coaster. This Boomerang still features the iconic rattle and roughness and strong positive G-forces, but this is experienced through a lap bar. To be honest, that makes this Vekoma Boomerang experience way more enjoyable, and on top of that you don't have this headbanging experience, so yes man. And now coming in at spot number 8, we got Fridolins Verrückter Zauberexpress at Phantasiana. And before talking about this awesome family coaster, give me a round of applause for this pronunciation. Yes. This is a beautiful engineered roller coaster by Art Engineering. This awesome family coaster is surrounded by a beautiful landscape and theming. This coaster slowly starts with the backwards tire roll, but after that you have this forwards punchy launch through the station. This coaster has a great pacing, and it mainly stays low to the ground, going through many head chopper elements, and on top of that you get 2 laps on this ride, so another launch through the station. And coming in at spot number 7, we got Teststrecke at Wienerprater, and yet again we have another roller coaster at Wienerprater that has been relocated, so this does not stand at Wienerprater right now. But Teststrecke is actually a Schwarzkopf looping roller coaster, and this is quite smooth, and it features 2 very positive G-force heavy vertical loops. And the other star elements of this ride experience is the positive G-force heavy low to the ground helixes, but you also have 2 big turns that are too slow paced in my opinion. Overall smooth, fast, forceful Schwarzkopf looping coaster with a few dots. And coming in at spot number 6, we got Rattenmühle at Family Park, and surprisingly this is where Gerslauer takes a spot on the list. Rattenmühle is a highly themed Gerslauer bobsled coaster model that is themed to rats. It has a very weird theme, but it's heavily themed, so that's okay in my opinion. And on top of that, this Rattenmühle roller coaster has a very lengthy and great coaster layout. After a great first drop on Rattenmühle, this coaster layout mainly stays low to the ground. It has some small airtime hills and some banks and some turns, and it's all just great forceful fun. Just look at this funny coaster train design themed to rats. And coming in at spot number 5, we got Mega Blitz at Wiener Prater. And this roller coaster is actually part of a very rare Vekoma model. Unfortunately, this coaster model wasn't that popular, but Mega Blitz is really an awesome roller coaster. Mega Blitz mainly features a very compact layout filled with helixes, but these helixes are taken with a great pace, so you have many positive G-forces on this ride. And Mega Blitz really showcases that a simple roller coaster can really be fun if you have a very strong pacing. My favorite element on this roller coaster is after the first drop you have this big and strong helix, of course. And now coming in at spot number 4, we got Gesenktschau at Wiener Prater. And surprisingly yet again, we have another Gerstlauer bobsled roller coaster. And Gesenktschau might be one of the best bobsled coasters in the whole world, if not the best. This coaster layout is mainly highly elevated into a very compact area. This coaster mainly features a crazy XL wild mouse layout. You have many smaller and bigger drops combined with many sharp turns with positive G-forces. And this roller coaster layout just never slows down. It feels like you're getting faster and faster and faster way till the end. Overall, just a lengthy, forceful and out of control bobsled coaster. So now coming in at spot number 3, we got Wild Train and Fantasiana. And unfortunately, this roller coaster has been scrapped, but I had to take it on the list. And this really is an infamous and legendary family roller coaster. This crazy family roller coaster made by a Russian manufacturer called PAX. It funny enough has some of the strongest airtime moments in the whole world. And I mean, just look at this off-ride footage. These airtime hills just look crazy. It looks like something I made in Roller Coaster Tycoon. But I've heard some rumors about they're making a Mach Ride Striker coaster, so that's positive. And now coming in at spot number 2, we got Olympia Looping at Wiener Prater. And yet again, we have a big roller coaster that moves around from park to park. Olympia Looping is so iconic because this roller coaster is the biggest coaster that moves around from park to park. And on top of that, it might be one of the best Schwarzkopf roller coasters ever. This roller coaster includes 5 very positive G-force heavy vertical loops. And after these vertical loops have crushed your body, you have some cool twisted drops with a great pacing. So overall, this roller coaster is just so great. You have positive G-forces, a lengthy layout and vertical loops, yes. And on top of that, this old Schwarzkopf looper is also quite smooth in my opinion. And now coming in at spot number 1, we got Wiener Looping at Wiener Prater. And this might get a lot of hate, but this roller coaster is a new for 2025 roller coaster, and this is a Mach Ride's Big Dipper roller coaster. Now officially, this roller coaster has been showcased virtually, and I can also see this is gonna be the best roller coaster in Austria, of course. This roller coaster will have many great airtime moments, such as a beyond vertical drop and a cool airtime hill right at the start. And Wiener Looping will also have many great inversions, such as a twisted dive loop, a banana roll, and on top of that you have a cool helix and so on. You know what I mean, it's gonna be the best. And now if we quickly look at the parks with the most coasters on the list, we have Wiener Prater dominating with 9 coasters, but 3 of those are relocations. We also have Family Park with 2 coasters and Fantasiana with 2 coasters, but one of those was scrapped. So in order to get a great list in Austria, I had to use some relocations and a scrap ride, but it's still, I think it went pretty good. So now we finally reached the end of this video. Did you like this video? Did you hate this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have I missed some roller coasters on this top 15 in Austria? And at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye 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 bye.